And that mask has been worn to the point where some generation totally not even know so them are wear the mask because it's been normalized.
Come link with me under the Iroko tree. Make a reason to every season. Speaking the truth for the youths. Maintaining the spiritual rules. Maintaining the spiritual rules. Maintaining the spiritual rules.
Blessed love, blessed love, blessed love, world family, African family. Welcome forward again under the Iroko tree. Iroko reasoning, spiritual roots, tapping into the spiritual roots of things. As always, as we say, Hotep, Uncle Jas, and Neb, as we come forward in the energies and spirits of Ma'at, Ubuntu. And we say we give thanks to the ancestors, those who taught us what not to do, those who taught us what to do. And we just breath of fresh air and we give thanks. Yes, so that one here, we want to touch upon the mask. Masking it. And in particular now we're not talking about what's happening within the time of a pandemic or a pandemic. Wearing that mask, I think all the way I get the information based on what happened. So we have to cipher through that and decide for ourselves if it makes sense or it don't make sense. I am not here to conclude that or give advice on that. I'm going to leave that to personal decision, and when we cycle through the information we see if it makes sense or it don't make sense. So yeah. But the mask what me want to talk about is the mask we wear for eons now, for decades we wear this mask. It's been passed up from generation to generation. And it's a mask of that we use for block out our identity, the truth of who we are, where we are from. And that mask has been worn to the point where some generation totally not even know so them are wear the mask because it's been normalized. You know what I mean? So we just come on, we follow tradition, we follow what's been passed down through the family, through the community. Yeah, so the master may I talk about. And it coming in the form of cosmetics, it coming in the form of the way we behave. So we are more alive when it comes to wearing the mask. We get the false things, all the false things that them have out upon the market for we use, and we gravitate to it and we grab it and we put on this mask. By way of social media, we're following everything basically. Most of us. So we take on the mask of this so-called perfection, even though within ourselves we are claim imperfection. So even the mask of contradiction, the mask of saying we love the truth, but in fact we're not speaking the truth of loving the truth, because we realize lies holds more power. If we look on it in a bigger space in our society. So even places like on this platform where the truth is being censored and lies are allowed to roam free to reach any corner of the earth. So these masks we've been wearing for decades, as I said. So we've been breathing in that toxic component of self-denial, self-hatred for so long now that it has become normalized, and we just accept it and we go along. So we pass it on to our children, we pass it on society wide. That mental mask that is embedded in us so deeply that we give it to our children without even realizing. We take it from our parents without even realizing. So that mask, and we get up each day and we put it on effortlessly, and we walk out bold with this mask, widely accepted. So it's one of the reasons all these things can be thrown at us, because it has been tested and proven that we are willing to wear any mask that's going to take us away from ourselves, also given under the guise of protection and safety. Because if we say we're too bold and decide to stand up for ourselves, in the sense of separate ourselves and work within our group, then we are possibly seen as toxic and we don't love and we don't have compassion, and so we feel so we integrate and we accept everything else for proof say we are loving and to prove that we are with everything else. And in fact that's the toxicity. That's the toxicity that is really harming us. Wearing the mask of no self-love. So we just take on and do anything. We don't have no standard, high standard, no principle that is governed by nature's ways and laws. So the bad food, we take it on because it's popular. The bad liquid, we take it on because it's popular. The bad living overall, we take it on because it's popular. So we wear these masks because for us to take these masks off, it means doing some real internal work. Go inside ourselves, introspect, call out ourselves on the things that we know we not do right. But it has become so easy to wear these masks that it is better for us to just go with the easy thing to do. In the end, it becomes the harder thing because it creates some ailments, it creates some friction, it creates some things that we just don't want to deal with at that stage in our life. All because we just want to be easy going at the initial stage, and we adapt the thing of tomorrow will take care of itself, not knowing that or realizing that if we don't take care of what needs to be taken care of today, it only leaves more for us to do tomorrow. So we've been masking it for decades, for eons, and here we are, this generation, willingly about to pass it on to the next generation. So we have been breathing in back that poison of self-hate, self-doubt, and we not say we don't have, and we not say we haven't achieved anything, because lots of us have gone out to get these degrees and we have the things and we do the things, and but there's still something missing, because all of that is also the mask of distraction. Take us away from the real issues, confronting ourselves from a deeper place within. So we have the accolades, we have the degrees, but we haven't been in to ourselves to any great degree. So we go and get the doctorates and the masters and all these things, but we are yet to master ourselves and become doctors for ourselves. So we have been wearing these masks, and they fit perfectly and comfortably to the point that we are afraid to take them off. As I said before, because it when forced of looking at the mirror and see the true authentic self, whether it's good or bad, and to do the work where the work is necessary to be done. So the mask keeps us from doing all of that. So we have been poisoned by that breathing in of self-neglect. Most of us will not go to Google or wherever these informations exist to find out about our history, because it's going to reveal some things that we are not willing to do the work on. So we say we love truth, but in essence and by our actions we realize that we don't love truth, because we rather the mask, the lie mask, the mask of lying to ourselves. That makes us comfortable and keeps us in that easy place. So for the most part we have just been masquerading in our own dumbed downness, passive, docile to the things that we really need to be putting on, taking on, that would have become our armor, passed on to the next generation, so they can take on the issues in a real way that we haven't been able to. But instead we are passing the mask. Just fall in line. Go to the highest level of education, get the resume, fall in line for the work, do the 9 to 5, and keep that going. Don't try to interrupt the system, don't try to stand out, don't try to in ways that won't agree with the popular ways. It seems we're not willing to be the odd one out in the odd crowd. Yeah? So we have been masking it for so long. That mask that is not allowing us to embrace our identity. We see Africans and Africa as something separate from us, when our genealogy will point us right back to there. Most of us know what happened. Most of us know what happened. But it's easier to put on that mask to say, can't deal with that. It's better to try and be something else, someone else. So hopefully this is one more of the things we can step inside ourselves and really look at and really confront it. Just like how we look at ourselves in the mirror. Putting on that mask of lack of self identity. So once we reach it, so then nothing can stop us spiritually, physically and mentally. We need to recognize that, but to most of us it won't become apparent until we actually start to do the work of unmasking all we have been hiding from for these years. That mask of separation, the family, the nuclear family, the intimate family. So we take on the mask of taking no responsibility, and it becomes normalized to the point of monogamous. So the man becomes the one where run around with them say village ram, the community, the world even, a baby mother this or a baby mother this, and there's no union being created in a strong way from within selves. It's merely based upon the acceptance of what society has come to normalize. And the woman, the mother, the daughter grow up to accept, say, this is how men are and this is what men should do. So the man have a different master, so the woman have a different master. So. Yeah? And then we're afraid to take off the mask. We say, no, but this not look right. This no. Something wrong so. How everybody else can, for the most part, not everybody have issues. Yes? So it's not possible we're going to have that perfect thing without issues. But if we unmask the thing, it means we're going to work on those issues. We're going to come together and be committed. So it's not even love so much, but it's commitment and the respect. So we have been wearing that mask of disrespecting ourselves and not being committed to our circle of issues and challenges. Yes? So we rather put on the mask of running away and we run from what we really deal with. And we go try to fix something with some other people where not beneficial to the whole of who we are supposed to be and can be and have been. So not everything was perfect then. Everything won't be perfect now. But what should become, what we should be doing is taking off the mask of running away and not being responsible enough to give less of the mask to the generation, our children that's coming. So we need to check this as well. So what we really basically have is possibly just neighborhoods, no community, because you can't have that real community without that family structure being strong. Yes? And it doesn't mean not having problems, but it means being committed to working through those issues and those problems and those challenges. So when we talk about truth, that's the unmasking. So when we begin to take off the mask of lying to ourselves, then we will see the work that needs to be done, and then we will begin to do the work that needs to be done. So it should be the time of unmasking all these challenges. So we wear the mask of every day we get up and go in front of the mirror and put that mask on, as we are afraid to confront that true, raw, authentic self that we see when we look in the mirror. So we have to cover that up with whatever we feel makes us comfortable. How about taking on the challenge of breaking that mirror? Cover it up. Then we realize, it doesn't matter what you look like. It's more how you look on life and how you treat life. So the person that's hungry and getting food from you only cares about the compassion that you have extended to share some of your food. And all they're going to see is a beautiful soul, a beautiful human being from within the self. So we need to take off the mask of these physical, mental and emotional and spiritual things that's not serving us. It's time for the unmasking. So it's a blessed love. Give thanks. As we say, we come forward in the energies and spirits of Ma'at, Ubuntu. And we say, take care of the self, the family, the surrounding, the environment. Yes, and we say, don't get caught on the wrong side of emotion. Just following and doing based on that you're being told that your life is in danger. Open that first eye or the third eye. Listen and look. Hear more than what's been said. See more than what's been shown. Blessed love. Peace.
Come link with me under the Iroko tree. Make a reason to every season. Speaking the truth for the youths. Maintaining the spiritual rules. Maintaining the spiritual rules. Maintaining the spiritual rules.